Look at your life. Really look at it. You were biologically engineered for the hunt, for the high-stakes pressure of the shield wall, and for the white-hot intensity of the forge. Your ancestors survived the crushing frost of the north and the brutal chaos of the battlefield. But today, your greatest battles are fought in rows of a spreadsheet, and your enemies are passive-aggressive emails sent from climate-controlled offices. Do you feel that heat in your chest? That simmering, jagged pressure that makes your pulse thrum in your ears when the world demands you stay quiet? Modern society has 1,000 names for it. They call it anxiety. They call it stress. They tell you to breathe, to meditate it away, to be professional, and to suppress it until you are a hollowed-out, compliant shell of a man. They want you toothless and predictable, because a man who has extinguished his inner fire is a man who is easy to manage. But that heat isn't a malfunction. It's not a disease. It is odor, the divine madness of the Northmen. It is raw, unrefined power that has nowhere to go. When you bury that fire, it doesn't just go out. It turns inward. It becomes a slow-moving poison that rots your ambition, kills your drive, and leaves you in a state of functional burnout, dead inside while your body keeps going through the motions. The Vikings didn't try to cure their rage. They didn't apologize for their intensity. They built a cage for it. They mastered the art of transmutation, the ability to take the very fire that would burn their own house down and funnel it into the furnace of a ship to drive it through a storm. They knew that rage, when aimless, is a riot, but rage, when channeled, is a revolution. You don't need a vacation. You don't need to relax and watch more television. You need a target. You need to stop letting your spirit rot in a cage of politeness and start burning with a terrifying singular purpose. You need to learn how to lock the beast in the cage, point it at a goal, and let it scream. This is Hypothetics. Today, we stop fighting the fire. We choose it. Quote 1. The wolf is kept for the day of battle. Norse proverb. Your frustration is not a flaw. It is a weapon currently sitting in a sheath. Most men waste their high-octane energy on traffic and petty arguments. Save the bite for the battle that actually changes your life. Train the wolf, keep it hungry, and wait for the line that needs breaking. Quote 2. Fire is the test of gold, adversity of strong men. Seneca. You aren't being crushed, you're being smelted. Gold only becomes pure by enduring a heat that would turn anything lesser into ash. Stop trying to lower the temperature of your life. Find out what remains of you when the dross is finally gone. Quote 3. A coward believes he will live forever if he keeps from fighting. The Havamal. Playing it safe is the fastest way to a slow death. You think avoiding stress is preserving your life, but it's actually rotting your soul. If you're going to burn out, do it on the front lines, not in the back of the line waiting for permission. Quote 4. The soul is dyed with the color of its thoughts. Marcus Aurelius. If you view your rage as a mental health problem, it will become a poison. If you view it as combat energy, it becomes your propellant. Stop thinking like a victim and start dyeing your mind in the iron and bronze of a warrior. Quote 5. Fate leads the willing and drags the reluctant. Seneca. The chaos of the world is moving whether you like it or not. You can either grab an oar and row with your anger, or be dragged across the jagged rocks of regret. Choose to be the one who steers the storm. Quote 6, "The power of the mind is to be unconquerable." Seneca, "The cage is built of discipline, not brick and mortar." Your functional burnout is a symptom of a mind that has surrendered to its environment. Rebuild the walls of your focus and refuse to let the world have your spirit. Quote 7, "Better to die with honor than live with shame." Saga of the Volsungs. There is no greater exhaustion than the shame of living a mediocre life when you know you are a powerhouse. Stop apologizing for your ambition and muting your voice to fit the room. It is better to burn brightly than to flicker out in the shadows of what if. Quote 8, "He who is brave is free." Seneca, "Fear is the lock on your cage. You aren't stuck because of the economy. You are stuck because you are afraid of your own heat. Break the lock by acting while you are still burning." Quote 9, "The obstacle is the way." Marcus Aurelius, "The very thing that angers you is the whetstone for your blade. The friction of your struggle is not a wall, it is the spark that starts the forge. Use the difficulty as a ladder to reach the heights the comfortable will never see." Quote 10, "A man's own hand is most to be trusted." Norse proverb, "Stop waiting for a guru or a boss to save your energy. No one is coming to give you permission to be powerful. Trust your own instincts, pick up your own shield, and build your own world." Quote 11, "Stand by your own trials." The Havamal, "No one is coming to carry your pack or fight your internal wars. Harden your shoulders until the weight of the world feels like nothing. Your suffering is not a tragedy. It is your training ground." Quote 12, "It is a rough road that leads to the heights of greatness." Seneca, "Smooth paths only make for weak men who trip at the first pebble. Give thanks for the thorns in the rocks. They keep you awake and sharp. The climb is where you find the fire that defines you." Quote 13, "Despise the things that please the crowd." Seneca, "The crowd wants you sedated, manageable, and calm. The berserker's cage demands you stay hungry, wild, and focused. Never be satisfied with a life that doesn't challenge your core." Quote 14, "The mind that is anxious about future events is miserable." Seneca, "A berserker lives only in the moment of the strike. Stop agonizing over a tomorrow that hasn't arrived and put all your heat into the task right in front of you. Win the second you're in, and the future will take care of itself." Quote 15, "Where the wolf's ears are, the wolf's teeth are near." Norse proverb, "If you can see the problem, you are close enough to kill it. Stop overanalyzing the why and start executing the how. Hunt your obstacles with a relentless, singular focus." Quote 16, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." Seneca, "The phalanx is only as strong as the man to your left. If your circle fears the fire in your eyes, find a new tribe that respects the flame. Surrounding yourself with weakness will only quench your drive." Quote 17, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity." Seneca, "Without a war to fight, a warrior rots from the inside out. If your life is hard, it is a sign that you are still a player in the game. Use the friction of the world to keep yourself warm. Quote 18, wisdom is welcome wherever it comes from. Norse proverb. Even your darkest failures are instructors if you are willing to listen. Listen to the sting of defeat to learn where your armor is thin. A berserker grows stronger by analyzing his own wounds, not by ignoring them. Quote 19. Small is the spirit that is crushed by a little weight. Seneca. You aren't being crushed by your responsibilities. You are simply currently untrained for the load. Pick up the weight and refuse to put it down until your spirit expands to match it. Strength is the only cure for a heavy world. Quote 20. Gold is tried by fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Sirach. This is the final gate where you decide who you are. The fire is here, the target is set, and the cage is open. Step into the furnace and come out forged in iron. The world has enough calm men. It has enough people who have traded their fire for a paycheck and their spirit for a sense of safety that doesn't actually exist. You were never meant to be one of them. The heat you're feeling right now isn't something to be cured. It's the energy required to build the life you actually want. If you leave it aimless, it will eat you alive. If you give it a direction, it will make you dangerous to your own limitations. Build the cage to find the target, and for the love of your ancestors, stop apologizing for being the strongest version of yourself. This has been Hypothetics. If this message found the wolf in you, hit the like button and show the algorithm that there is still a demand for iron in a world of plastic. Drop a comment below with the words, "Choose the fire," to let me know you're done rotting and ready to start burning with purpose. It tells me who is actually in the arena and who is just watching from the stands. Subscribe to join the line. We have more work to do. Until the next battle, hold the line.